Alright, welcome to another episode of Commander Corner. This time I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and we're going to be trying out some Tiny Leaders. With me I have Michael Barta, who runs the Tiny Leaders League in Melbourne.
Yeah, in the CBD.
In the CBD. So he's decided to help us out today with a few games today.
Yeah, hope it's going to be a bunch of fun. I brought one of the better performing decks from the league, which is Shu Yung. And we'll see how that goes. We'll play a couple of games because unfortunately it's a very good matchup for me against Animar, and then I'll probably be switching it up and I'll be playing. Ashley's very kind and lend me his mono white Kithian deck, which will be sweet to play after a couple of games with the Shu Yung deck.
Then I've also got a Valros deck if we get
time to get some reanimated or some graveyard interaction going.
Alright, so we should probably roll a dice, see who goes first.
Sure. High roll? Yep, let's go. 5. 4. Alright.
Alright, so I will play.
Too easy. 6, 7. How's it looking over there?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm still scared of your deck because, well, counterburn, early burn. Animar starts off way too small.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think I might just throw some cards up in front of the camera so that people can see. That's my opening hand.
Yeah.
And we'll let Michael do that.
Yeah, for the league, it was proxies, so there are some poor proxies in here, but do the best you can to decipher. Cool.
Right.
I'm going to keep my hand.
So I'm going to open up with a Breeding Pool which enters tapped and then pass the turn.
Cool. I'm going to draw. And I'm going to play my Pellucid Delta. Your turn.
Draw. That's what I drew that turn. Going to play Wooded Foothills after I untap my land, which I forgot to, and
Sure.
pass the turn.
Too easy. I'm just going to play another land and pass it up.
Alright, so in his end step, I'm going to crack a Wooded Foothills, and I'm going to get one of my lovely, lovely proxy cards. So this is one of my red-green dual lands, which is going to enter play.
Too easy.
Draw a card. Alright, play a Misty Rainforest.
Cool.
And pass the turn.
And in my end step, I'm going to crack both my fetch lands.
Yep.
Go to 23, and I'm going to go get some tapped. So I'm going to get a Hallowed Fountain tapped and Steam Vents tapped.
Dun dun dun.
Cool. Untap. And draw. I'm going to play an island for my turn. And I'm going to play Jace Bellerin.
Oh man, Jace.
Yeah, baby Jace coming to play. And I'm going to tick him down, put him to 2. So I get a draw card. And I'm going to pass the turn back.
Alright, I'm going to crack Misty Rainforest.
Mhm.
And get a Stomping Ground tapped.
Too easy. How many jewels are you playing?
So I run both of the Shocks and the Alphas. Well,
Yeah, so you're
unlimited.
playing the 3 Ravnica ones and the 3...
3 unlimited ones.
Yep.
Then I run a Command Tower, which I believe is still legal in this format.
Yes, it is legal.
And then I have a Cavern of Souls for counter protection on my Animar. A Kessig Wolfrun for if I ever get to the point where Animar is a huge beast and I want to give him trample.
Yeah, totally. Get to it.
I'm going to play a Spellskite.
Sure.
And I'm going to pass the turn.
Alright, too easy. Sorry.
Then I have a Morph land, Zoetic Cavern. Because one, it's a Morph creature.
Arid Mesa. Tick down Jace.
For Animar to cast for free. Or a land if I need it.
And then I am going to go to discard. I'm
Okay.
going to discard a Mousin. Your turn.
Okay. Well, this isn't always the best, so I'm going to cast Animar
Sure.
and pass the turn.
Cool. End of turn, I'm going to cast Brainstorm. So draw 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 1, 2 back. I'm going to crack to get my volcanic. Ooh. So lose another life and go to my next turn. Untap, draw. 6, 7. Cool. I think this is a good turn to
Kill everything?
just. Yeah, actually, I have to kill everything if I want to kill that. I'm going to cast Swords to Plowshare on your spell guide.
Yep. So that's power. So I
Yeah.
don't gain anything.
0. The best Swords to Plowshares. I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to tap the mountain. And I'm going to Chain Lightning your Animar.
That enables me to sacrifice a mountain, right?
You tap 2 reds, and then
yeah.
2 reds. You tap 2 mountains, and then you can deal 3
I'm in
damage.
the command zone.
Cool. And then finally, I'm going to tick up Jace. Put him to 3. So we just go draw a card.
Alright.
I'm going to play a land. And last but not least, play Sensei's Divining. I played a land. I played the mountain. My apologies. So I'm not going to play that land.
Oh no, free information. What is this?
My apologies. And I'm going to play Sensei's Divining top. Pass the turn.
Alright, I'm going to draw for my turn. Not looking good. So, play an Elvish Mystic.
Sure.
And now I'm going, what do I actually want to cast? Nothing. So, what I might do is just cast Mystical Tutor. And
I'm going to counter that.
Who's going to counter that?
With Jace vs. Chandra counterspell.
Okay, well, now it saves me from discarding it, so I pass the turn.
Cool. During my upkeep, I'm going to activate Sensei's Divining Top. And look at the top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep this card on top. Draw. And I'm going to play a Misty Rainforest. And then I'm going to tick down Jace. Draw a card. And finally, I think I will cast Shuyun. So I'm going to put my general into play. 1, 2, 3. And pass the turn.
Alright. I'll untap. Draw. Interesting times.
That lands, unfortunately.
That is always a problem with this deck.
So have you done many of these Commander demonstrations?
Well, this will be the first.
Awesome.
I'm hoping that if this is well received, we can move on to full games of Commander. Just, bit of fun, have some people around, and then people can tell us when we've made mistakes.
Too easy.
And how we should have played their decks. I'm actually going to cast Snap.
Okay.
And I'm going to return Shuyin to your hand.
Too easy.
And I'm going to untap 2 lands.
Cool.
And then pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to activate. I'm going to first crack my Misty Rainforest. So lose a life and go get an island. Activate Sensei's Divining Top. And I'll put this on top. Untap. And draw. I'm going to play a land for 2.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast Shuyun. Tick down Jace. And draw a card.
Yep.
And then I am going to pass the turn.
Okay, well, in your end step,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to cast a Pestamite.
Pestamite.
A Pestamite.
Oh, what are you going to do with Pestamite? Pestamite is fine.
Yep, I'm just going to tap down shoot you.
Sure. Before you untap though,
Yep.
I'm going to cast Fire. I'm going to do 1 damage here, 1 damage here.
Yep, sure. Yay for no mana.
Still no lands, unfortunately.
Still no lands, so let's put a Seagate Oracle in play and see
Go find
how
some
many
lands.
lands I'm going to put on the bottom of my library.
Well, at most one.
I'm going to take, so for those watching, I'm going to take this one and leave this one on the bottom of my library.
Too easy.
And then pass the turn.
No, no lands. I think
Don't have to
That's
discard,
fine.
still 7.
that's fine. No, actually, I want to activate Sensei's Divining Top. 1, 2, 3. That's a good one. I'm going to put this on top. Untap. Draw. Okay, I'm going to, first of all, play my Flooded Strand.
Yep.
I'm going to activate Flooded Strand and lose a life.
Yep.
I'm going to get my Tundra up. Shooting's untapped.
Yes, he is.
Cool. So, first I am going to cast Preordain.
Yes.
Trigger. I'm going to give Shuyong double strike.
Seems good.
So I'm going to get a cat dice, and the dice is going to represent how many times Prowess is triggered. Cool.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Preordain. 1, 2. I'm going to put both of these on the bottom. Draw a card. I'm then going to cast Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yep.
Trigger. I will not give anything else double strike. I will then equip Sword of Fire and Ice to Shuyong. And proceed to attack.
Yep. And I cannot block, so I'm taking...
At the moment, he's 7 power.
So I'm going to take 14.
So, first strike, double strike, trigger, I'm going to deal 2 to you.
Yep.
So you take 9, and I draw a card. And then second double strike, well, the second strike, I'm going to deal 2 damage to you, and
Yep.
draw a card. So you take 14, you take 14 plus 4 more, so 18.
So I'm on 5.
Cool. And then
So we'll put down the death clock.
And then finally, to end my turn, I'm going to get rid of Jace and draw a card. Your turn.
Well, I'm just going to attempt to put this in the way and have you remove him.
Sure.
I tapped my manas wrong. Oh well.
Oh, that's fine.
No, I'm just going to lose 2 and go to 3, so you can bolt me if you want.
Sure. My hand is Ponder, Monastery Mentor, Mental Misstep, Miscalculation, Spell Snare, Stoneforge, and Geist Disenchant.
So as long as the top card is not a bolt, I'll be fine. And then I will move, and not getting another land, so I will move to the discard phase, and I will drop a Grape Shot.
Sure.
Pass turn.
Untap. During my upkeep, I'm going to activate Sensei's Divining Top.
Yep. So he has slightly more chances to dig for that lightning bolt.
Cool. Well, I'm going to draw for turn.
Yep.
I'm going to play 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get Sword of Feast and Famine. Similar to a lightning bolt, but a bit different. So, trigger. I'm going to give it double strike. Gets a counter. I'm going to equip Shuyong.
Yep.
And
That's
then,
right, you don't even have to go through it.
Cool. So what are some of the combos in your Animar deck that you can do?
So the idea with the deck is all of the creatures eventually cost 1 mana, or are free if they're morph creatures. And the whole idea is to just bounce creatures that either give me advantage, like card draw, like Seagate Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running both Pestamite and...
Yeah, I was a bit curious about that. There's
Does
no
he have an
Kiki-Jiki
Exarch?
in the format, so...
Well, no. The main point is that when you cast them for blue, they then can untap a land or a creature
Sure,
mana
so you
to
can
then cast
filter
another
your blue
creature,
manas.
if need be. I have actually been thinking of switching them out. One for a Cloud of Fairies,
Okay, sure. So that's the 2 mana
2 mana untap 2 lands, and the
and
other
flash.
one,
Is it flash?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Someone will probably correct us at some point if we got that wrong. And the other one, I'll either mainboard the new, what I call one-shot spell sky,
Yeah, the new Willbender.
the new Wheel Bender, or I'm sure someone will come up with another name for it, if I need it. But at the moment, I'm thinking of putting him in the sideboard and running Cloud of Fairies, and hopefully another either bounce or card draw creature will come in and replace Pestamite.
Yeah, too easy. Yeah. So what are your main ways for to actually generate more mana? Is it like Metamorphose? And...
So I have Metamorphose for filter. I've got Gritting Ignis, Burning Tree Emissary.
Yeah.
They both can filter some mana for me.
Mhm.
Radical Mystic, because if you can get him down for free and then flip him and keep bouncing him, he becomes quite an extensive source of mana. I have Priest of Orobrask, who gets me hopefully 3 red for red, which then can get filtered by Burning Tree Emissary or Grinning Ignis into more storms.
Or Radical Mystic.
Or Radical Mystic. I also run a Cloudstone Curio, and as some of the people would have seen in my hand, but never got any mana to cast, Genesis Hydra.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So what's the point of Genesis Hydra? You just
bunch
of mana and then you flip your entire library? What's the ultimate card to get?
So the ultimate card is Cloudstone Curio.
Sure.
Because Cloudstone Curio comes into play before Genesis Hydra enters.
Sure.
So you get the trigger from Cloudstone Curio for your Genesis Hydra. So you can then hopefully bounce something and keep going.
Yeah, and then you get Genesis Hydra back, assuming you got a bunch of mana, and then...
Keep going, and if you've got Radical Mystic and one other morph card, which I have a couple of, which I mentioned that I was running Zoetic Cavern, I'm running Timur Charger, one because it's a free unmorph card, or free morph card, as long as you have a green card in your library. Gives Animar Trample, so if Animar manages to survive long enough to be big, he can get past those pesky blockers.
So obviously, you keep talking about your morphs, like Zoetic Cavern's a bit of a weird one. So why are you running all these morphs?
So when Animar gets to 3 counters, morph creatures become free.
Yep.
So the idea is if you get Cloudstone Curio out and 2 morphs, you just literally flip it, just going do 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 do.
Yeah, so you just get infinite creatures, infinite storm.
Well, not infinite creatures, infinite storm, infinite counters
on your Animar.
On my Animar. So if Animar gets to 20, Genesis Hydra can basically search my entire library for green for a permanent.
Yeah.
Which then, if I get Cloudstone Curio, if I've already got Cloudstone Curio, it means I can get every creature in my library into play.
Yep.
As he has non-land.
Yeah, because you Cloudstone Curio effect and you return your Genesis Hydra, rinse and repeat.
Yep. And then hopefully your opponent is either dead that turn because you've gotten such a huge storm count that you can literally kill
Brain
them
freeze
with Brain Freeze or Grape Shot. Which I was kind of hoping to sort of surprise you with the Brain Freeze today, when you were starting to go off, I was like, if I can leave a couple mana out, I can just Brain Freeze you. You've got to draw a card into an empty library.
Yeah, that'll be sweet.
Unfortunately, when I didn't get any lands to keep that back in surprise, and I just started to put things down to not die. Now, some of the people may notice that, yes, I could have put down my Spell Guide on turn 2 and Animar on turn 3. The reason I held back was because I wanted to have an extra land, as you also had got the Elvish Mystic, so I was hoping to go Spell Sky, Animar, Elvish Mystic, put a counter on Animar.
Yeah, get it a little bit bigger.
But that didn't happen, so...
Cool. So if you want...
We'll play another one.
Yeah, and then we can switch up decks, get that. Really keen to try that Kithine deck out.
Which hopefully doesn't get too smashed by a creature with protection from white.
Oh, we'll see how we go. I mean, you have to get the Animar out. and then eventually Gideon can start making
things indestructible and making me fight into you.
Yeah. So other than that, like, did it take you long to make decks, or?
So usually when I build a deck, I usually have an idea in mind before I get any cards out.
Yep.
So when I decided that I was going to move in and try Tiny Leaders, I was like, well, I'll have a quick squiz on the internet, see what people think are the best decks. And I saw that Azuri Elves was all over the place.
Yeah, it seems like a bad deck because it's elves, and
Yeah.
there's new elves coming out in Origin.
You've got Shuyin like yourself, which is obviously just counter burn, more emphasis on the burn, and Marath, who has a whole smorgasbord of abilities, and obviously the more meta you get, the better he
Marath
becomes. So I figured, well, I've got this Animar lying around. He seems a bit of fun. I like combo. I know combo is bad in this format, but
You got to play what you like.
you got to play what you like, and hopefully sometimes you get there.
Yeah, in our playtesting, we determined that Marath was actually the best general, or best leader, but unfortunately he's in the worst colors. So, and as well as that, the deck is very expensive because we played a land shell.
Yep.
And then you want lands like Tabernacle, the Tabernacle at Pendelhaven. I mean, Pendelvale, not Pendelhaven. And you want Bazaar of Baghdad. So straight away, like those two cards alone are over $1,000, and not many people have them.
Yep.
So you're on the play again?
I am on the play. I'm just thinking if I want to keep this hand. I'm probably going to mulligan because I will talk about this. So I am running Cavern of Souls for control matchups. It is actually the worst land in my library because I only have one other elemental, which is Grinning Ignis. And most of the time I'm actually winning coloured mana, so I am going to shuffle that away and mull to 6.
Well, my hand's got lands and spells, so we'll be battling with this today. Do you find like it's a fine line, like because you only have 50 cards in your deck, you can trim back on those lands. Like, what sort of land counts are you actually running?
I think I'm running 17 or 18. Yeah. It is a small count, and then when you have one land that is technically a creature, it's even fewer. And I have one utility land. Oh wait, that's the 7th card. Don't want to be cheating now, do we? And there it is, the Kessig Wolf Run. It's in there, like I said earlier, if Animar gets big. So this hand is actually even worse than the one previously. So I'm going to have to mull a 5.
Yeah, so I mean, like, from what I can tell, like, because it is a small deck, you don't need that sort of high percentage of land density like in other formats for combo decks. Like, I'm only running 18 lands, I think. 17 or 18 lands. So, yeah, it's like trying to find that right balance of the correct
sometimes I feel like I don't have the correct balance, as we saw last game.
It's also really hard because the decks are so small.
Yeah.
You need a critical mass of spells, but then like
you also need a critical mass of land. And especially when you've got Animar, where ultimately, if he gets going, you then got all this mana that just does nothing.
And
so
16 lands, like, there's quite a large percentage different in land density when you go from 16 to 17 in a 50 card deck compared to when you go from 22 to 23 in a 60 card deck.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to be forced to keep this.
Sure.
And go my Typhoid Ratted Proxied Blue-Red land.
Volcanic Island. Cool. I'm going to draw. And I think I will play my Volcanic Island. Your turn.
Pass the turn. Yep, it's one of those kind of games.
I'm going to pass back.
Pass back.
Ooh. 2 land. I'm going to play a land and cast you again. Your turn.
I feel like this is going to be terrible. I'm going to say Elemental.
Oh, awesome.
Pass the turn.
Cool. I'm going to untap. Draw. I'm going to play Misty Rainforest. I will also crack it. Go get a Tundra. from there, I will attack for 3.
I'll
Okay.
take that. Yeah. Pass turn. Next turn I'll have to discard if it's not a land.
That's no good. I will play Wasteland. I'm gonna Wasteland your Counter Assaults
Yeah.
and declare attackers for 3.
Yeah, I'll take it. My turn?
Yep.
I'm going to take another 2 and
awesome.
play an Elvish Visionary, drawing a card. Pass the turn.
Cool. Untap. Draw. I'm gonna cast Brainstorm. Trigger Shield.
Yep.
So use that 1.
Giving him double strike.
Not yet. Cool. I'm going to go put back this one and this one, and I'm going to unfortunately not play a fetch land. I'm actually going to play a plains. I'm going to attack.
Yep, I'll just block and
Cool.
lose my Elvish Visionary.
I will then play Young Pyromancer.
Oh, Young Pyromancer. We
Yes,
meet again. Red, green. Gonna play a Seagate Oracle.
I will miscalculation that.
Miscalculation that?
Yep.
I
Trigger.
discount this.
So I'm going to get Elemental.
Pass the turn.
Cool. Untap and draw. I will cast Lightning Bolt. Trigger. Targeting, not Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning. Targeting you. And I'm going to give Shu Yung double strike.
So how dead am I?
So from here I'm going to attack for 9, 11, plus this, which is 14 total.
How much have I already taken?
You've taken 0, so you're on 11.
Are you sure?
I believe so, because you might have taken 3 from Shu Yung beforehand.
That is correct.
So you're actually on 8. I'm going to play my Halicat and tap and pass turn.
Oh, look, now the lands are coming when I don't need them. Because I'm pretty sure that no matter what I do, I die. So I'm just going to pass the turn and see how things go from there.
Okay. I'm going to untap. Draw.
So before you go to combat step,
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to flash in a Pestamite.
Then I'm going to mana leak it.
Yep.
I'm going to give Shu Yung double
No,
strike.
that's fine. That's fine.
I think I missed a trigger with my elemental token. Oh well.
You probably did.
What that cost?
Didn't matter though. Alright, well, I think I'm done with getting my butt kicked from what seems to be a very strong deck.
Yeah, like I said, this one had the most copies in the top 8, and it performed very well for everyone who played. And it gets really interesting in the mirror, because a lot of your sweepers don't do anything, but you need the sweepers in case they get out of hand. So